Hey there and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about my most unique bottles. I did a video on this that some other YouTubers actually ended up following and doing as well, so that was really cool. I did a video on the part one of like most unique bottles in my collection, and I mentioned in that one that if you guys were interested I could definitely come back and do a part two, which I'm now here for. And I think, again, as always, if you're interested, let me know, because I think I could probably round about this series in the next, like part three. I think it could be like a trilogy, but here I have 7 fragrances to share with you guys, and 2 of them kind of go together, so I'll save those for last. But yeah, if you haven't subscribed already, don't forget to subscribe. In the description box, you'll find how to follow me on Instagram, so definitely do that as well, and let's get into it. The first one, and like I did in that first video, I'm not going to be spending a lot of time on the scent itself. It's really going to be about the bottles, but I'll give you like a quick little overview, and definitely let me know in the comments if you want like specific videos on some of these fragrances as well. So the first one definitely is a very, very unique. That is Marc Jacobs Decadence, sorry. And the entire Decadence range, of which I only own the original, has these same kind of purse type bottles. They have different colors, different tassels, but they're all in this kind of purse style. And Marc Jacobs in general tends to kind of go a little bit out there with his bottles. He did that with like all the daisies were super unique when they first came out, and honey and dot and what have you. So this is no exception. This one's definitely out there. It's purse style. It has this huge tassel, which is basically the size of the fragrance itself. And the top of the purse is actually the cap of the fragrance. And then the bottom here isn't especially unique. It's just kind of like a long rectangle, but as a whole, incredibly unique bottle. And I will say it's an incredibly unique scent as well, which isn't always the case. Sometimes the bottle is super out there and the fragrance is relatively tame, or they don't really go together. And you know, I've gone a lot of ways with this fragrance of how I feel about it, but in general the bottle is quite unique, and I feel like it's unique in a polarizing way. You either love this style or you don't. And the same goes for the scent. It's very unique and you either love it or you don't. And the scent, which I'm going to spray here to kind of remind myself, it was one that I really wish I hadn't read this review, because it's this kind of thing where like once someone points it out to you, that's kind of all you see. I knew bottle wise I was never a huge fan. I wasn't the kind of person where I was going to write off the entire fragrance based on bottle, because I'm never like that. Even if the bottle totally sucks, if I like the juice, then whatever. And it is, I mean, it's not like cheap in that, you know, this chain is quite heavy and the tassel's actually quite soft. It's not cheaply made, but it's definitely unique and not necessarily my personal style, but it's not bad. If I loved the scent, it really wouldn't especially deter me to not get it just because of the bottle. I'm never going to be like that personally. It does take up a lot of space. I kind of have to like wrap the tassel a little bit, but again, all of these were things I could look past. The scent was always one that I was like, okay, it's not my favorite, but it's not, you know, it doesn't like put me off or anything. And I didn't pick it up for a really long time until I found it for super on sale earlier this year, I guess. And again, like, you know, a couple days into it, it was fine. And I read somewhere, or I watched it on a video, someone said it smelled like pickle juice to them. And I was like, that's really strange. I mean, that's like a really specific thing that it smells like. And I happen to hate pickles in general. But anyways, I smelled it a little bit after, and immediately after reading that, I was like 50-50. Like I could, some days it was like pure pickle juice, and some days it smelled like how it did before for me. And pretty soon afterwards, even now, like all I can get is pickle juice. There is some type of, I don't know, background or base to it. It's like a perfumey pickle juice for sure. That's the best description I can come up with, but it definitely evokes that for me. So that's a bit disappointing, especially because it's green. It's just like, it's so pickle-like for me now. But Bottle-wise, you know, scent stuff aside, bottle-wise, I've started to, you know, be more okay with it. Now that I have it, I feel like I always feel myself like reaching for the tassel. It's not my favorite. It's definitely out there, and I would not want to have like a whole bunch of them because it does end up taking up more room than necessary. But what I've done is I've moved this, you know, more forward in my collection so that the tassel can kind of hang off the shelf and it's not actually taking up a lot of extra space that way. So yeah, that's Marc Jacobs Decadence. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with that. The next one, absolutely love, and I had a feeling I put this in my first video, but I didn't. It's an incredibly unique bottle, and to date, I think this is the only fragrance that I was initially first interested in the bottle before I was interested in the scent to date, because I'm really not a huge like bottle person. I don't purchase something based on the bottle, I'll put it that way. But House of Oud, oh my God. I remember seeing these in the background of someone's video, and she had like a couple of them, and that's really all I could stare at the first time I saw them. This was like ages ago. And I looked them up, and they were, you know, really expensive, and I kind of just put them at the back of my wish list. And then when I started picking up more fragrances, especially once I started my YouTube channel, I, you know, came back to that idea, and I thought I would really like to have a House of Oud fragrance. Just one. I'm not going to go crazy and get, you know, start collecting them, but I really did just want one. And I knew that about myself because while I had a feeling I would like it, this is too much of a collectible bottle, and I could see myself getting a little bit too lost in picking them all up because of the collectability of this bottle. So I stuck very strictly, I might add, and I'm proud of myself, to just one. And I went with Almond Harmony, which is this one, and I could not be more pleased. I will say, like, yellow isn't my favorite color, but I tried to balance out the fact that I was buying a fragrance based on the bottle, and almost only on the bottle because it was a blind buy, and trying to match it with the fragrance I thought I would like the most. And it had to be Almond Harmony. I'm pleased because I actually do love the scent. It's very almond marzipan, and I just adore it. But bottle-wise, absolutely stunning. This is quite heavy. Not super heavy as I imagined it would be, or you might, but it's not incredibly light either. And this is actually quite heavy as well. I think it's pretty this way. I think it's pretty on top. I think it's really interesting how you have to flip it to be able to wear it. You would think it might be, I don't know. It's incredibly unique. That goes without saying. And even now, as I've given that whole spiel on the fact that I only want one, every once in a while I will take a look at House of Oud fragrances and just want to buy them all. I have to say I really, really do, and I've stopped myself thus far, so I'm so happy about that. It helps that a lot of them are sold out on the two websites I link in the description box below that I usually buy from, so it keeps me from not going crazy as well. So yeah, House of Oud, Almond Harmony, but all the House of Ouds look like that, just different colors. Incredibly unique. Then we've got Deseo by Jennifer Lopez. This is one of, not this bottle itself, this is my second bottle, but my first bottle of this I had gotten when I was very, very young, like probably when it first launched, and probably for full price. And I remember because I'd gotten a sample of it, and this was maybe more mature than I should have been wearing at the time, but I was always that person. And I just remember getting a sample at a department store and falling in love. There was something inexplainably beautiful about this. You think it's just kind of like a, I don't know, enchanted nighttime garden type scent, and I've talked about this before, but it was like the combination of the bottle, which I love, this kind of light blue. It looks like this uncut gem, and the cap, while plastic, I just feel like super, I don't know, it just really beautifully complements this entire fragrance. And you also feel, at least I did, that it was going to be very aquatic and watery, and it's not that. It's actually a lot richer and deeper and interesting, and definitely not a quintessential celebrity fragrance. It's very, very unique. So I kind of quickly went through my first bottle, and for a while it was difficult to find, and then I had a smaller size, and then I found this larger bottle. I'm so happy to have found it. I know many people now, you know, fragrance reviewers or just people that are super into fragrance have found it as of late and also like it. So I really, really like the bottle. I think it was an interesting and beautiful bottle in and of itself, even without being a celebrity scent, but definitely within the celebrity scent world. They don't always have the best bottles, even if they have the great scents, some of them. I'm never really a huge fan of the bottle design, and this I thought was super classy and just interesting, but in a cool way. So that's Deseo. And then we come to Mueller. So I have not featured Thierry Mugler in the first edition of this video, but all of his fragrances are very, very unique. And this is the one I chose for this video. This is Aura, and I have the Eau de Parfum, the 30 ml, but they'll just look like this except larger, the larger sizes. It is very unique. It is kind of like this, again, kind of uncut gem, like dark green bottle, and the sprayer's actually back here. And it's a very, very unique scent as well, I will say. Very unique scent, very unique bottle. The only part of this I don't like, because this is it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I do enjoy the uniqueness. The only part of this I don't like is it cannot stand. So you have to put it down kind of like on one of its facets on the side here. And that is a bit annoying. It does take up more room. I'm sure, you know, I know with like Angel, there were like stands you could get. I'm not about to go all out for just a 30 ml and get a stand for it. But in general, it does kind of annoy me when fragrances can't just stand upright. And that's the only thing I'll mention. Fragrance wise, I really do like this. I find it's unique. It kind of has a mintiness to it, but it's floral, and it's hard to explain because if I heard someone say like a minty floral, while I enjoy mint and floral, I wouldn't immediately feel that that would draw me to a fragrance. But I will say, while it's not a safe blind buy, definitely check it out. A lot of people prefer the Eau de Toilette because it is lighter and more wearable. I'm kind of like a go hard or go home with Aura, and I actually prefer the Eau de Parfum, which is what I have here, but I really do like it. And now spraying it, I want to pull it out and wear it again now that it's a little colder, because it's definitely a rich fragrance. Then, definitely a unique bottle, but not an incredibly unique scent. This is Bonbon, but this is actually the Spring Summer Bonbon. And this is the one that was just sold in Europe. I really like this. Scent-wise, I prefer this to the original personally. It's just a little more sparkling, a little more, I don't know, it just has a little more je ne sais quoi to my taste. But bottle-wise, very, very cute. It looks like one of those, you know, like bonbon candies. It also could be a bow. It really, I guess, is up to your interpretation. But because it's called Bonbon, I, you know, envision it as kind of like those candies that have like the twisty sides. And just like, I think practically every Victor & Rolf fragrance, if not all of them, they have those, you know, like grenade type things, which I actually do enjoy as well. This is kind of like a quintessential example of where the bottle is super unique and out there, but the scent itself, while beautiful, isn't, I don't know, breaking any boundaries. It's not like Aura, where it's an incredibly unique scent, or Decadence, very unique scent. Even Almond Harmony, more wearable but unique scent. This is quite, I don't know, it's quite a safe scent. It's interesting enough. I really do like it, but the bottle itself is what really stands out. And yeah, it takes up more space than perhaps a fragrance would with another design, but it does stand upright, so definitely a fan. And then the two that go together are actually both by Bulgari, and I have both sizes of the collection. So it's the Omnia collection. You can get the full size, which look like this, and this one is, I'll put the name here, I forget what their names are, but Omnia Orange something. And these ones are kind of like this chain link style where you just press up here. It's like kind of ergonomic because you can hold the base here. And yeah, it's really nice, very cool. Probably not everyone's cup of tea, but that's what you get with unique bottles. And then you have the 25 ml ones, which don't stand upright, which would annoy me, except these, and I've had so many, are ones I used to use for work trips a lot. Obviously, work trips have taken a little bit of a time off at the moment, but in general, I feel like this is, all the Omnia collection are really, really safe office type scents. For now, obviously, I use them more just like in office than traveling for work, but very, very safe, just kind of inoffensive. And even the 40 ml, like the fuller size one, you can definitely travel with, but these are great if you're just traveling weekend away, if you're going for a work trip, something where you don't want to check a bag. They're 25 ml, they pack light, they pack flat, and you can just like, you know, count on them. They're all kind of daytime scents. You could definitely pack this one too, but these are both, and indeed like all the Omnia fragrances are just ones that you can wear to work, and I still definitely do. And yeah, they're just really unique. And I liked that, not the scent itself obviously, but I liked how they went a little out there, and both sizes of the Omnia were, you know, different as well. You had the chain link, you had these flat ones. I thought it was cool of Bulgari to do that. So yeah, those were my unique fragrances for part 2. As always, let me know in the description or in the comments below if you enjoyed this video, which one of these you've tried or you want to try or you'd like to try in the future now that you've heard about them. And also let me know if you'd like to see part 3. I can definitely kind of round out this series with a trilogy and show you some more unique bottles. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.